was actually just doing a photo job not so long ago. I passed by this area and it was very intriguing, so I decided to come back and see if I can explore a little bit. For this exploration, I decided the best lens for this would be my 70-300 because I want to be able to get closer, fill the frame, and then also I know that the lens creates a beautiful bokeh. So I want to have that type of effect where I separate the subject from the background with this really dreamy, smooth bokeh effect. I found a nice little path that leads me down over here. Didn't know this existed, but here's our path. And these are really cool looking, I guess these are weeds. Look how incredibly tall they are. Happy I found this road though, because some of the areas to walk through here are not so easy to traverse. Really tall. Look at that. I love the way that the sun is flowing, is hitting from behind, illuminating them. Just lights them up. It gives a really cool feel and look to them all. So that's what I saw when I was here the other day, and I'm glad I'm coming back to see if I can get some pictures here and now. Just focus on these plants. I just want to point out the difference between when you're shooting with the sun illuminating through the flowers or these plants, and if you turn around to the other side, you can see they're nicely lit now, but there's none of that special magical light that's illuminating. It's just these are weeds, you know, growing nice and tall, nothing special. But on this angle, it's a whole different story. I was trying to find an angle that I could get these weeds growing, shoot them without having the city in the background. So over here, this actually works out really well. I get to focus on the height of the weeds, and I don't have all the distracting buildings behind it. The only downside from this angle is that the sun is not behind it, so it's not getting that same type of illumination from behind like I really like. But I'm focusing on a different type of shot now, where the large tufts and the stalks, how they go together to make this like intricate pattern going along. I'll call it a zebra maybe, but you know, there's a lot of interesting things going on with the different patterns and large shapes and thinner lines, and I'm finding that very fascinating to take pictures of. Sort of an abstract view. So let's take this path a little further. Look at that. Imagine in a few months or years' time, this will be built up. None of this is going to be here anymore, so I'm glad I have the opportunity to take some photos of this right now. From this angle, showing these tufts at the top of the stalks, they remind me almost of little birds perched up there or something. Little chickadees perched on top. Very cute. I particularly like getting these tufts when they're against a dark background. So we have the sun illuminating the tufts, and we have the darker greenery on this hill behind that is really a nice contrast that makes everything pop out really nicely. It's a great location. I found a little passageway. As we go over this water, around to the other side, I think I'm not going to see any more of these weeds from the vantage point that I had before. Now I'm just seeing it from with the sun hitting it in a normal way. It's a nice little path over here. I wonder where this path goes to. We'll see how far I take it. What I love about the lens that I'm using, which is a 70-300, is that it creates such a beautiful bokeh and blurs out the backgrounds. It makes ordinary scenes suddenly become very extraordinary. in this scene, what I'm really loving is the way the area behind this white weed turns this really beautiful golden background. It is just gorgeous. In this shot over here, what I'm trying to do is use the repeating patterns, I suppose. There's these weeds in the foreground, and then they sort of repeat a little bit further back behind. So I want to focus on the ones that are nearby, and have the ones in the background, but more blurred out. So it looks like I made it to the end of this passageway, and the path then takes a sharp right over here, and it looks like it goes all the way up to the development. So I'm probably gonna stop at this point, but there's maybe a picture over here I could try to salvage. And I think there's a nice adventure exploring this area. I've never been over here. Got a lot of nice pictures. I hope you enjoyed exploring this area with me and seeing what beauty there is everywhere around us.